What's up, YouTube family? Gerald Greenlee here with Cleaning Green Lawn Service in South Georgia. Got a little bit more sun out than in my last video. Probably should be out trying to cut a lawn right now, but it is time to do some upgrades to the Super Z. As y'all know, Super Z, there's a couple of videos on it. I got this mower back in, I believe, February or March. Maybe March, April, May. Heck, I don't know. I got it back before the season got real busy. Somebody gave it to me. It is a 2007 Hustler Super Z. This thing will fly. Had a hole in the engine, so I took it to my dealer, bought a brand new engine, put new engine on it, new belts on it, changed out some idler wheels, new throttle cable, choke cable, all that kind of stuff. Basic stuff that you need that, you know, that could break. And so I haven't really done anything else with it. This machine has, let me see how many hours I got. I believe it had about 640 something when I got it, and now it's got 977.3 hours on it. And so, you know, I've put roughly about 130 hours or so on it, and I'm getting ready to do an upgrade on it now. So here we go, Advanced Chute System. There we go. That's what we're gonna put on it. Gonna put the same setup on it that we have over here on the X1. I don't think I'll be able to close that because I've got my Super S too close to it. But anyway, Advanced Chute System. So left my knife there a while ago. My last video, or the last one I shot, I don't know what order they go up in, but I had to plug that tire. So I do have a new tire coming for the Super Z. I've been showing this in every video, so I want y'all to see my plug job, man. 2 plugs and 24 ounces of green slime, and we finished a day on it and went out and cut a little bit today with it. So, and it's still holding up good, but I can't deal with them sidewalls, man. They'll break down on you anytime. So, and that tire's it doesn't match the other tires, so getting the right tire to go on it. So what we're about to do is take this chute off. I'm gonna take that off. I wonder on this one, we may have to take this off. I don't really know. I won't ever get those bolts off. I'll have to get the grinder out here and cut them off. We're gonna go ahead and get that off though. We're gonna blow this deck off, clean it up just a little bit, and then we're gonna get started with the installation of the Advanced Chute System. I don't know exactly what kind of material that chute's built out of, but I can tell you this. That one ain't built out of the same stuff. As the old folks say, let me clean this off. As the old folks say, they don't make them like they used to. Man, they ought to make black boxes on an airplane out of that stuff. I'm telling you, man. That is crazy. All right, so we got that whole piece removed, and I'm gonna clean this up here right now, and then we're gonna get started with the chute. All right, I just spun this thing around like the other ones, because hopefully you get better lighting here. I don't know, working under here is not the best place probably. I do notice I got some surface rust under here. I've dealt with that. I went and had one of the guys in the church weld these plates on where it was thin. I am probably, if I don't get tied up in a lot of construction this off season, I'm going to, I'm thinking about taking this whole deck off and just revamping this deck, you know, because it's a good machine. I love it. And, you know, just be a little project, take it and paint it up maybe. Get it welded up, get it painted. Check everything out on it. Now I found a guy down in Florida. You can hear that compressor running in the background. I apologize. Found a guy down in Florida that parts out, and he's got you know, some XR7 decks that are in good condition. So I don't know, if I don't have the time, one of the things I may do is just go buy me another one and swap everything over on it. So you know, or I mean, I know I can get another season out of this, probably a couple of seasons out of it, but if I'm gonna salvage this one, I need to go ahead and do something. So anyway, that's off topic right now. One of the issues I do know that I'm gonna run into with this one, I don't know how well you can tell this, but on this Super Z, these XR7 decks, there is a curve to the opening. So now that's pretty straightforward right there. Looks to me like that edge sticks out a little bit right here, so which I don't have to come all the way to the front. I can come right down through here. Is probably what I'll have to do, and I may even bend that back or something. There's things that you can do. You can put a piece of metal back there or something. So you know, I don't know. For right now, what I'm gonna do is mount it on there, and you know, just kind of see how it does. Because my main thing is, again, I'm not running this as a mulching system. I am running this as a safety device and to keep excessive amounts of grass. You know, I don't want stuff slung into person or property, and I don't want grass in flower beds and things of that nature. So that's really my whole goal in this. Again, if I wanted a mulching system, I'd cap this thing and I'd put, you know, the baffles and the blades and all that kind of stuff. So that's really not what we're after. We're just after having something to keep from slinging a rock into a $75,000, you know, King Ranch, or to, you know, bust the glass out of a $1,500 front door or a window, or sling something into the side of an above ground pool, or even worse than that is to throw something and it actually hit somebody, even hit one of us, you know, out there string trimming while the mower's coming by. So that's the main point in it. So let's get to unboxing the advanced chute system and looking at what we need to do. Now, as we come to certain parts of this video, I may speed it up if I'm not saying anything that's important, you know, to you, to hear, and so, you know, just kind of be aware of that. I'm not necessarily following the instructions. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to mount the mounting bracket. I'm going to go ahead and mount this flap to it, and I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then once I get that done, and obviously it's got to go in front of it because you got all of this stuff right here. Okay, so I'm going to take and put it in front of it like this. What you're going to have is about a, I don't know, I think that's about 1 1/4 3/8 bolts. It's going to be the only ones in there like that. You got a plastic washer, which is going to, you know, kind of provide, kind of reduce the friction. These are 3/8 bolts. Put that on there like that. Same thing over here. Bolt through. Put my washer on. And the reason I'm doing it like this is that goes ahead and gives me my location. See, front to back, I know right now that I want to be right there. And then it's also going to tell me how high up I need to shim this, how much I need to lift this up. I got different size shims in the package, you know, and I just have to, which on this case, look down here at the bottom, I can take this shim and set it there, and then I can take this shim, and if you look at that right there, that's going to get me just about at the bottom. And then I'm going to probably add a washer, simply because, again, I don't want this touching the ground. There are some smaller shims that I can use, and so I'm just going to go through and, you know, I'll go through and see what all I've got in here, and then I'll figure out what's going to work out best for me. It's probably going to be these three, though. I'm probably going to go with these three. That's going to put me about 1/4 inch up above the deck. So I'm going to kind of set those three out here, and then I'm just going to go ahead and snug this up. These you want to snug, but you do not want to tighten them, because you, again, you want this washer here to be able to move. All right, I'm gonna kind of try to talk you through here. What I'm gonna do, again, I know where I want my location up front. I'm gonna keep that there. I am going to hold pressure against this with my knee, and I'm gonna mark me a couple of holes in here in terms of where I want to mount my couple of studs to lift this up. So in which I will probably put one back here, and then I'll do one over here on this side. But I'm gonna hold it up as tight as I can, get it where I want it with it sitting down like this, go ahead and mark it, and then I'll take it off, lift it up, put the shims and all that under.
I'm actually putting 3 holes in it. Of course, you want to make sure, you know, that obviously there's nothing under the deck here, but you know, you definitely want to watch out for that. So let me drill these holes, and then I'll get back with you.
Now, you're probably not going to be able to see that in the picture, but that's still a nice thick deck. So even though, like I said, I got some surface rust on it, man, I've still got a good deck here. Now, I did do 3 holes, and I will say this: the holes in the mounting bracket are slotted. So I got it really, really close, and I drilled them in the center. That does leave me some room for adjustment. I may have some issue down the road with a lot of stuff coming up through here, and if I do, I'm just going to have to see if that plate covers it. If the plate doesn't cover it, well, the plate's going to be up high though. I may end up putting a bolt back in here just to keep stuff from blowing up through there. We'll just see how that goes though. So I'm taking these long mounting bolts, 3/8. There's 3 of them in there, and there's 3 sets of shims. I've already, if you remember, I picked out, oh, I got the wrong one there, but I've already picked out the 3 that I want. You may have an application, and this is the ULS is the ending on this one. It fits the XR7, the VX4, the VX, the X1. I think it fits all of those, but again, you want to double check all that and make sure. Now I'm going to run these up from the bottom, and I'm going to put that big one.
I'm going to put the big one, and it's got a little bit of stuff in it. A little tight. But I'm going to put the large one on the bottom. That doesn't really matter. I'm going to put the little one in the middle, then I'm going to put the other one on top of it. That's the way I'm going to do them. Now, obviously you want to put the head of the bolt under the bottom because you don't want stuff that's going to be catching grass and debris and all that kind of stuff. These are 3/8. Apparently didn't get that good. I did drill this with a 3/8. They did not do a good job of getting the castings out of these. I'm going to try to get that out. Alright, there we go. Good thing about them fitting like this is they kind of hold it in place. And number 3, going in back here. Long bushing. Short one. Now you can see we got this little bit of thread up there, but we don't have plenty. We don't have plenty of thread to be able to get our bolts on there. And none of these have, they don't have any washers with them, which is a little bit odd, but I mean, it's against a metal plate, it's not like it's going to go anywhere. And the main thing is you just want to be able to tighten them down enough. You just want to have enough where you can get it hopefully to that nylon. That is important, because if there's not enough to that nylon, you might have some issues with them loosening back up. So
we're going to have to really hammer them down to get them there, I can tell that. So there we go. We got the 3 nuts on. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to take this and make sure I got it positioned up against here. I want to show you, if I can, I'm going to show you the bottom of the deck in just a second. Alright, I'm glad I checked this because I did run into a situation that I did not anticipate. See right there, and that's not tight, but once that tightens, that'll be about 3/16 above the deck. Look back here. Look how big that is. So this deck is deeper at the back than it is at the front, and I did not realize that because my X1 is not that way. So what I may do is take out the small shim here and take out the middle-sized shim here in order to allow that to drop down. So I'm going to try that and see what happens. In relation to the deck, we got about 1/4 here. We probably got 3/8 back here, but again, this end is open, and I'm probably going to add something to this, but and I may not. I mean, it's going to serve the purpose I have for it, but this is what I did to give you an idea of what you can do. So on this one, I went with the longest one, next to the longest one, and the thinnest one. So I did the very thin one. On this one right here, I went with the longest one and the next to the longest one. And I don't have that tight yet, but that's still sitting just about flush on there. I think I'm fine. And then on this one, I went with the longest one and the third to the longest one and the shortest one, okay? And that might be confusing, but on both of these, I used the longest and the next to the longest. On this one, I used the longest. And let's say we got 4 different bushings. We got long, number 2, number 3, number 4. Number 4 would be this one right here. This would be, that'd be number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. Okay, so I use 1, 2, and 4 there. I use 1 and 2 on this one, and on the back one to get it to drop some, I use 1 and 3 and 4, which gets you a little bit short than that. So what I'm trying to do is create, I'm just creating a fall going to the back so I can get closer to the bottom of this deck. And like I said, that's working out pretty good for what we want as far as being the same. So, all right, so I'm gonna get all this tightened up and we'll finish setting it up. I just run into another little situation here that's kind of weird. I don't know if this whole thing is twisted. Doesn't really appear to be twisted, but look at this. That does not come down at all straight. So I'm going to have to tweak this thing. Gonna have to. So I think what I'll do is I think I'll put my adjustable wrench on it. May should wait till I have it mounted. Here we go. That's pretty good there. So as far as installing this, try to get it there where maybe you can see it a little bit better. You just got a bushing, plastic, reduce friction. And you got another one. And we're gonna put this on, and we're gonna snug this down. Now you can put grease on these. You can put grease on these. And it will help them. So, but before we do that, we need to put our bolt through here. The little bolt I just used a minute ago to clean out that casting. Now I got to figure out where's that. There we go. All right. So this bolt is going to go through here. I need to put it that cam locker hits. Huh. Alright, so I think I need to put it through this back hole so I can get it to go up. So I can get it to go up further. Well, maybe not. Yep, it's going to have to go through the other hole because, see, that's not going to stay up. Although with a spring on it, it will, I guess. Alright, let me get the hardware for this. Alright, I spared you putting that on with an adjustable wrench. All we're going to do on this one is take this 1/4 inch bolt through here. First thing we're going to do, tighten one locking nut all the way down. Like that's going to keep that stationary. Then we're going to take this other nut and we're going to put on the end of it, and we're going to tighten it down until it comes through the nylock good, because that is going to be for our spring. And there we go, right there. We just got a little bit of the threads through the end of the nylock. And as I remember on the last one I did, oh, the spring was aggravating. So I'm gonna try to grab a hold of it. You see this here, and if I don't get it on the first try or two, I'll take it off and come back. don't. What would have probably been easier. Let's try something. Let's back this off. So I think if we back it off, we can bring it around the end of it. Easier than trying to get it in that little slot. Then we'll put the nut on. Hey, and you know what? If you read the directions, it might even tell you to do that. Who knows? Woo. Sorry about the noise. Sorry about the noise, but I'm telling y'all, real time, real life, man. That's the way we roll. Same thing, got a couple threads through. Now, let's see how we did. First one leaves it open a little, then you pull it back and it goes all the way down. I don't really like that little cam locker that does that. But see, if you let it ease it back down, that cam locker hits there, and then if you pick it back up, it's supposed to let it go all the way in. I'll probably end up just taking that off. But oh man, spilling my coffee again. There you go, right there. There you have it. Let me get on here and I'm gonna lift this deck back up. So when you're riding, that's a good little reach, but yeah, that one seems a little further out than my I don't know if this seat slides forward or not. Surely it does. But if it does, I don't know how to do it. I've never moved it. I'll have to, oh, there it is right there. So yeah, that might help to put the seat up a little more. But look, I got guys around here that can weld and do everything if I need to. I'll put a bar out here. So definitely feels further away than the X1. So between the handlebars and here, you know, you got probably 16 inches. And on the X1, you probably got about, yeah, that deck definitely sets further out. Of course, this seat's probably slid all the way forward. It looks like it. But yeah, this one's a lot closer. But it's still going to serve the purpose, still going to do what it needs to do. So that is our project for today. And like I said, if you're using a XR7 deck, I'm going to show you this here real quick. They got some grease down in the box too. But you don't need me to show you how to grease it. I was going to see if it had the nomenclature on here. Alright. So this one is this is a ACS, supposed to be a 6000 ULS, and as you'll be able to see on here, it fits the Hustler XR7 if it's a Hustler X1, the Hustler VX4, and I can just tell you, looking at the Super S, it would fit the VX. So, yep, that's what we got. Now, you know, I could have moved this thing. I could have moved it back about 3 inches. That just wouldn't look right to me, though. I'm taking that cam locker off before we get done here today. But I'm gonna spare you the agony of having to watch me do that. Hey, anyway, the video's been long enough. I hope this helps somebody out. If nothing else, maybe you think about getting an advanced chute system. You don't have you might not have a Hustler, but whatever kind of piece of equipment you got, I do want to say I highly recommend these. I've had one for a year or so on the X1. It is a durable piece of equipment. It is very simply made, very simple to maintain, and it does the job. It does the job. Not fancy, but you know, that right there shipped to me was $250, $248 and some change. You're not going to find that with any of these others. You're not going to find it with Quick Chute. You're not going to find it with Grass Flap. You're not going to find it with some of these motorized ones that you can get. Not saying anything's wrong with those, but on a budget, something simple just to keep flying objects from hitting and injuring somebody. I have been very, very happy with this particular system. So anyway, appreciate you taking time to watch the video. My prayer for you is always the same, that the Lord might richly bless you and that you might see all of your blessings as from Him. Hope you have a great day.